Hi, my name is Garrett Thompson. This is the first episode of the Dorm Room Sports Powerplay. Now, we're not going to be talking about like hockey games or recapping how I thought games went or that kind of stuff, how a normal video would go. I'm going to be talking about specific issues. I'm going to be talking about specific stories that have gone on in the world of sports and just be like, or in the world of hockey, and just get into a bit more of a detail into it. My first episode, I'm a week and a half late on this, is going to be the firing of Don Cherry. Now, I don't think he should have been fired. Straight up. I don't think Grapes should have been fired. What he said, which was, you people come to our country and you use you feed off our honey and all that kind of stuff. That may not be his exact words, but it's along the basis of it. People took it as he was being racist to immigrants and said that they don't wear a poppy and respect our country and all that kind of stuff. Now, what he said, not what he said, but how he worded it was not how he should have worded it at all. I don't think he should have been fired for it, bar none. I'm not saying this is incorporated as a part of it, but in his contract, it's said that he's allowed to be edgy because that's who he is. He's an edgy guy. He's been edgy like this for 35 years doing it, and this shouldn't have been a reason that he was fired. He's not a racist. People thinking he's a racist is stupid. It is ridiculous. And you can get mad at me if you don't agree with me. He's not a racist person. He's been great for the game. He's 85. He's older, obviously, and he was going to retire. I would have probably pinned him as retiring at the end of this season. This shouldn't have been the way he went out. It's absolutely a joke that he was fired for it. It's a loss for the hockey world. It's a loss. Every Saturday night since I can remember, since most Canadians can remember, he has been a part of it. He has been what you watch in between the first and second period of a Leafs game. That is always how it's been. When I was younger, it was the first period, Don Cherry, go to bed. That is how Saturday nights were. Obviously now I watch the rest of the game, and I did after I turned 9 years old, but that's always how it's been. It's been Saturday night, you watch Don Cherry. There's going to be people who don't agree with him, all that kind of stuff. He is not a racist, and he shouldn't have been fired for it. People automatically pinned him as being racist. I don't think he's racist at all. I think he could have worded it differently, and Canadian sports and hockey have lost a very important part of them. They have. He has done so much for veterans, police, fire. Every single Remembrance Day, he's donated, he donates money. He raises the awareness about wearing a poppy. He's done so much. He's such an important part of the game. He respects women's hockey, and he talks about just how deadly women's hockey is and how amazing the female hockey players are, which obviously is very true. That hockey is absolutely crazy to watch, fast, skilled, everything. It is such he should not have been fired for it. I was in shock when I heard the news. I automatically, people messaged me about it right away, and I was like, no, he shouldn't have been fired at all. What he said was not, I'm sure what he meant, A, and B, he did not mean it to be racist. He just wanted to see people, all Canadians, if he meant immigrants, sure, great, they're Canadians, and he meant Canadians to wear their poppies. He meant Canadians to wear their poppies to respect veterans. That's what he meant. You are a Canadian. He just wanted you to wear a poppy to respect the people that made our country free and protected our country. That's what he meant. He was not trying to be racist about it. Keep in mind that he should have said it differently, of course, but he's 85 years old, and that's how he said it. He didn't mean it in a racist way at all, and he got booted for it because people obviously complained to a degree where they were like, okay, we have no choice but to fire him. There's a new podcast he's running. You already know I will be listening to it, but he should not have been fired for it. He should not have been fired for what he said, because people have to realize that, yeah, he's older, but he did not mean it that way at all. And he's come out now, as of recently, for sure, saying it. He didn't come out like the day after, because he said, I said what I meant what I said. And he only meant it as just wear your poppy and respect your country. He didn't mean it in a racist way. He wasn't trying to show disrespect to immigrants at all. And if you really think about it, that's what he meant. Like, he didn't mean to show racism towards people who came into the country. He just wants to see everybody, all new Canadians and older Canadians, to wear a poppy and respect your country. That's all he meant by it. I know he didn't mean it in a disrespectful way towards them. He could have said it to anybody, wear your poppy. In previous years, he's looked at the camera and said, you people wear a poppy. He said, you people wear a poppy. That's what he says. And then this year, he said, you people come to our country. He could have said it differently. He could have just said you people, but you people come to our country. It's two other words, right? I obviously know that he should have said it a bit differently to save that kind of aspect of it, but I know you can tell that he didn't mean it in a racist way. He just wants to see everybody respect the country they live in and the people before us that protected it. That's all he wants. He just wants the respect that Canada deserves. That's all he wants. That's all he's ever wanted. Every single year he's done Remembrance Day. Every single big event that happens, every single tragedy that happens in the game of hockey. Like when Humboldt happened, people, the guy was in tears on live TV. I watched it. He's so key to our game that him getting fired just shouldn't have been how he went out. He should have been on air and said, thank you everybody for my career. That's how it should have gone out. It should not have been him getting fired over two words that everybody knows he did not mean to say the way he said it. It was all with the best intentions. You can tell that. True people who watch that show know that he did not mean it in a racist way. He's not a racist, and the fact that he was fired wasn't right, and it shouldn't have happened that way at all, bar none, and I'm sticking to it. I've stuck to it. People have said, oh, he's a racist. He's not a racist person at all. At all. He's 85 years old. Fantastic. I'm 20. That doesn't mean that he's a racist person because he's 85 and he's done it for 35 years. You know he wasn't racist how he said it. You know that it's not how you want to see him go out. Again, to sum it up, I know that the words he chose, the formation of words he chose, you people, wasn't even bad. It was the fact that he said, come to our country, that people were mad. And I think that if he had said it differently or just not said that part of it, he would have stayed. And people have to realize that he was not a racist person. He should have stayed on the show until the end of the season. And we've lost a very big part of our Saturday night, and hockey's lost a very big part of their world. And Canada's lost lost an icon for sure, and lost a big representee of Canada, if that's even a word. So thank you guys very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you liked the first episode of Powerplay, because we'll be doing it again because it's actually a lot of fun. Thanks very much.